Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for the Morning Fanatic. I'm Albert Torres. Welcome. Welcome to finally another video. I haven't had the chance to make other videos because I've had some camera issues. Hopefully that has been resolved. Hopefully this video records and I can get some content for you guys. And man, the last time I left off was just a bad taste in my mouth from that damn 49ers and Cowboys game, that destruction, that embarrassment of a game that was. And that's where we left off, man. It's been 3 weeks, man. It feels forever since I've made one of these videos. And let's jump right to it, man. Versus the Chargers, I was concerned. Not just with the Chargers game, but with the next stretch of games that the Cowboys were going to have. With the Chargers, get the bye week, Rams, the Eagles, which we'll talk about here in just a second or a couple minutes, and the New York Giants. Divisional games are always 50-50. Even though it's the Giants, you never know what could happen. And I was legitimately concerned that if we were going to win any games, if we didn't, were we going to replace Dak Prescott? Well, not we, but you know what I mean. I was just caught up in that moment. A lot of season. I did say there's still a lot of season to go. Dak can bounce back. And really, he really is the best. In one of my other videos, I don't know if you guys got to watch or if you get to go to my playlist and videos. I did make a video about Dak Prescott that he really is the best that we've got right now. Even if we've wanted to replacement, there's the unknown of Trey Lance, which it's too risky right now, man. If we really want to go to the playoffs, make a legitimate run, it really is going to be Dak Prescott. No other quarterback is good out there to replace his productivity. And I was legitimately concerned with how he was going to respond. And boy, he responded well. Really, really, really well. Versus the Chargers, we got a close victory. We almost beat ourselves with 11 penalties, 85 yards. We got to correct that. But nonetheless, Dak Prescott was efficient, 21 of 30, 272 yards, a touchdown, 0 interceptions, which is the most important part. But another key stat that I've been saying that he needs to use his legs. He had 40 yards rushing. He looked good. Defenses are going to want to live with Dak Prescott throwing the football, I believe. They're going to look for that interception. They're going to look for that mistake. But you know how Dak Prescott can off balance or offset that is using his legs. He stays in the pocket sometimes too long. This Mike McCarthy, Texas Coast, West Coast offense, whatever you guys want to call it or whatever it's called. It's supposed to help him release the ball a little bit faster, which he has been doing. He's been doing that a little bit better, getting used to that offense. I know he's had the whole offseason to get used to it with McCarthy, but it's until you get game time reps where you can really look back at the tape and make corrections on what's being done wrong. But man, efficient by Dak Prescott, going to the bye week, feeling good. Next up, Los Angeles Rams. Woo, man. We just played a great game all around. Dak Prescott, 25 of 31. He was 81%, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 19 yards rushing. Between these two games, he's averaging a 75.5 completion percentage, 288 yards. He has thrown 5 touchdowns and 1 interception, 59 yards rushing. Dominant. That's what we want to see. That's the Dak Prescott that can get us over the hump. Over that hump that is the 49ers. But it's not the 49ers that we're talking about right now. It's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles that's coming up next. And it's going to be a great matchup. I can't wait. Dak Prescott's last 300-yard game was back versus the Eagles on December 24th of last year in a win, 40-34. Jalen Hurts wasn't really playing. The Eagles had already locked up division and positioning and all that, so didn't really matter. But 300-yard game, they did beat the Eagles. They scored 40 on that defense, and Prescott's just 8-3 versus the Eagles in his career. Now, a key stat here also, The Eagles have won 1 out of the last 5 games versus the Cowboys. And you know what that one game was? It was last season. It was Cooper Rush at quarterback. Dak Prescott was coming back from his hand injury, and that's the one win that they have in the last 5 games. And let's compare the quarterbacks. Let's talk about the quarterbacks, Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts. Stats are pretty similar. If people are giving a lot of crap to Dak Prescott, including myself, because I am a Cowboys fan, I was giving him crap. He's playing better, though. Don't get me wrong. It is a roller coaster, up and down season. Still a lot of football left to play. But he's bouncing back after that 49ers. So let's look at this. Let's compare the stats. Dak Prescott's completion percentage for the season is 71%. That's pretty good. He's second in the NFL at 71. Jalen Hurts, 68.4. That's pretty close. People are saying Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, and he's a better quarterback. Completion percentage is similar. Yardage, Cowboys have already had their bye week. 1,637 for Dak, 2,140 for Jalen Hurts. 10 touchdowns for Dak Prescott in the season, 13 for Jalen Hurts. 5 interceptions for Dak, 8 for Jalen Hurts, which is tied for second in the league in interceptions. Sacks, Dak has only been sacked 17 times. They did have that bye week, so remember, could be more, could be the same. We don't know, but so far, 17 sacks to Jalen Hurts, 19 sacks. This Philadelphia offensive line is pretty good. But they've allowed 19 sacks to the Cowboys, 17. So they're a little bit even there as well. QBR, 65.3 for Dak, 65.5 for Jalen. That's right there. That's pretty close. A QB rating of 97.8 for Dak, 94.3 quarterback rating for Hurts. So the stats are pretty similar. The two quarterbacks, the stats right now are very similar. So if Dak Prescott is getting a lot of hate from everybody, again, including for myself, these quarterbacks, they're not too far from each other. Now let's compare the teams on offense. Let's look at the offense for the Cowboys. They are, or actually for the Eagles, total offense, they're third in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys, they are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're about 19th in the league, man. Offense, their offensive woes from the beginning of the season, they're starting to turn it up a little bit, so the stat could be potentially a little bit deceiving. I'm sorry about that. Looks like there's this ad.
The electric BMW Road Home Sales event.
Not to worry about that. Sorry about that, but Philadelphia, third in total offense. Let's look at the defensive side of the ball. Dallas is ranked third in total defense. So a top offense, a top defense, they're going to clash together. I can't wait for this game. One thing, though, that although the Cowboys are like 19th or middle of the pack on offense and the Eagles are number 3, as far as points are concerned, the Philadelphia Eagles are averaging 28. The Dallas Cowboys are 28.1. I know their defense has been scoring and helping them out in that department, but it's still 28 points. The team comes up with 28 points. The Eagles come up with 28 points, and that's pretty good, man. As far as the defense is concerned for the Eagles, they're not doing too good right now. They're not doing that well or as well as they were last year. Where are the Eagles here? I'm trying to look for them. They are top 8. I mean, still not bad. It's still not bad. Not to what they were doing last year. I know they've had injuries to their secondary. I know they had other injuries as well. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, because I'm a Cowboys fan, but they can get better. We want the best from the Eagles. So we want We want them to be at their peak, be at their top. So when we beat them, we've beaten a strong team. And right now, defensively, the Eagles aren't doing that well. And let's look at the differential. The differential for the Cowboys right now, they are 4th in the league. They're at a +6. The Eagles were a top 4, top 5 team. Let's look at that. Last year, the Cowboys were 2 and 3. It was 49ers, Cowboys, and Eagles in differential. This season for the Eagles, right now, they're at a -3. They're at the bottom part of the NFL. That's not good. They're not creating turnovers as much as they were last season. Let's see where most of their turnovers are coming. It looks like it's on interceptions. Interceptions. They've got 8. Or actually, those are giveaways. I'm sorry. Let's look at their takeaways. Wow, Eagles, 4 interceptions, 6 fumbles. So they're creating some turnovers. They're just turning over the ball themselves a little bit more. They've been giving the ball away. With Jalen Hurts' 8 interceptions and 5 fumbles for the team. So last year, the Eagles were taking the ball away, limiting turnovers. This season, they're turning over the ball a little bit more. So the Cowboys defense can definitely create some turnovers and will create some turnovers. I'm confident that they'll create some turnovers on the Eagles. And it's a road game. The Cowboys are 3-point underdogs. And those 3 points are just because they're visitors. They're on the road. And the Cowboys just are on a streak right now. 11 straight home games. That's at home. I can't wait till the Eagles come visit us at home. So that'll be a good one. But for now, it's going to be Cowboys at the Eagles. It's going to be a close one. Quarterbacks are similar. Quarterbacks are producing at a similar rate. Offenses right now, it's, of course, I don't want to say it, but it's the Eagles. Defense, Cowboys. It's an even matchup, man. I think it's an even matchup. This is where Dak Prescott needs to elevate to another level. He's been playing well versus these weak teams, but when it comes to the tough teams that he needs to beat, like the Eagles right now with the best record in the NFL, we got to give him another chance. He's got to show up. I don't care if it's on the road. Give us a good game at least. Don't get blown out. Don't get destroyed. Don't turn the ball over. Stay focused. This Dak Prescott in the last 2 games, give us that Dak Prescott, man. You're dominating versus the Eagles. You haven't lost to them in 2 years if that one win was versus Cooper Rush. So I haven't lost to them. Don't lose to them. Don't start this year. Give us that big win. I know that this Dak Prescott can do it. What I'm concerned about is consistency. Consistency. That's the one thing that I'm worried about. You know that's in there. Dak Prescott can come up with this game. It's just you don't know if he is. So, a lot of ranting there that I did. I can't wait for this game. I'm going to be making a video after the game, after giving my reaction. So I can't wait. And you guys, any comments, any predictions, anything that you want to add on to this, let me see it in the comments. Hit the comments. I'll read it. I'll respond. And can't wait for this game. For the Morning Fanatic, Albert Torres, I'm out.